Hello, we are Group 5 and I'm LLAW3007. Now I'm going to present the case study problem question. This case study analysis related contract disagreement tied to Justin's pool project, a high-end acquisition, and a personal loan. Initially, Justin hired Tommy to construct a swimming pool costing Hong Kong $200,000 within 3 months. Unexpected ground conditions and the necessity for redesign pose a risk of delay, leading Justin to offer an additional Hong Kong for $40,000 for on-time completion. The binding nature of these commitments involves consideration, current duty versus practical advantage, potential economic pressure, change in time requirements, and whether difficulties constitute frustration. Secondly, Justin aims to purchase a non-negotiable diamond necklace promoted by Allen, with a deadline for response via email. The nature of the advertisement as an invitation to treat, the necessity of email as a required acceptance method, the implication of Justin's WhatsApp message and follow-up email, along with Allen's rejection, presents issues of formation and revocation and possible remedies. Thirdly, Justin's Hong Kong $200,000 loan from Ellison, which has installments and 5% interest, become complicated due to Ellison's subsequent interest waiver, raising issue of variation and promissory estoppel.
Sorry. In the case study, the issue can be classified into 3 different parts. The contractual relationship between Justin and Tommy regarding the construction of the swimming pool, the attempted purchase of diamond necklace from Allen, and the financial agreements between Justin and Elson connecting the loan. The key illegal issue revolves around contract formation, variation of contracts, affordability of promise and loan repayment obligation. To avoid Justin and Tommy, we will apply Elephant's principle of law and use prudence cases to determine whether the promise made in this situation are illegal, blending, and affordable.
Constructing the swimming pool within a given price and duration with $200,000 and 3 months' time, respectively. Tommy should not be entitled to the extra payment of $40,000 because constructing the swimming pool on time is actually Tommy's existing contractual duty, which does not constitute consideration for an extra benefit. It can be supported by the case of Steele versus Myrick, 1809 to Cam 317, which the plaintiff should not entitled to any extra payment as he did not do anything more than his existing contractual duty. However, the case of William versus Griffith Bowles and Nichols 1991 1QB1 suggests that a promise for extra payment to complete work on time is actually enforceable under the condition that the promiser obtained a practical benefit from the promise and the promise was made without any duress or by fraud. In the case of Tommy, it actually showed that Justin had promised his girlfriend for a poolside birthday party, so it is very obvious that Justin is obtaining practical benefits from the promise that he can have the swimming pool constructed on time, which can prevent him from failing to give his girlfriend a poolside birthday party. Besides, Justin voluntarily promised to give an extra amount of $40,000 to Tommy if he can finish the construction of swimming pool on time, stated in the contract, which proved that the promise was not made under duress. Therefore, Justin's promise to give Tommy extra $40,000 if he can complete the construction on time is actually enforceable, and Tommy is entitled to the extra payment of $40,000.
For the case between Justin and Alan, Justin is not entitled to demand for the necklace to be delivered to him. First, the advertisement posted by Alan is likely to be an invitation to cheat instead of an offer, while an offer is a definite promise or proposal made by the offerer with a serious intention to be bound by the promise they have made. An invitation to cheat is just an expression of the willingness to receive offers from others for considerations. The case of Paget versus Creditons in 1968 can be taken as reference. This case suggested that the advertisements are generally considered as an invitation to cheat. Lord Parker CJ in this case held that for goods with limited supply, if the advertisement is considered as an offer, it would be impossible for the advertiser to provide the goods to every person who has accepted the offer. So advertisements should be generally considered as an invitation to cheat. Therefore, back to Justin's case, the advertisement posted by Alan is considered as an invitation to cheat where he is inviting interested person to make an offer to buy his diamond necklace. And the WhatsApp message from Justin is not an acceptance but an offer to Alan.
And according to the contract law, for a contract to be formed, an effective acceptance must actually be communicated to the officer. In this case, from Alan to Justin, there are only a few exceptions to this rule, such as when the officer waives the requirement of for communication or when acceptance can be shown through the conduct. A well-known case that illustrates this principle is Feldhaus v. Bintley from 1862. In this scenario, Justin did not indicate that he had waived the needs for Alan's communication of acceptance. Therefore, Alan's silence cannot be treated as acceptance for Justin's offer. And furthermore, after Alan received Justin's confirmation email, which constitute an offer, Alan rejected. Under contract law, once an offer is rejected, it is terminated and cannot be longer be accepted later. As a result, no contract was formed between Justin and Alan regarding the sale of the diamond necklace. So, Justin has no right to demand delivery of the necklace.
In the last case between Justin and Allison, from a common law angle, changing a contract to pay less, like distributing interest, usually needs something fresh to in return to stick. The case focus the first period drive this point home. Paying part of a debt doesn't wipe out the rest unless you add an extra benefit, because you are just fulfilling what you already own. Justin didn't offer Allison anything new, no faster repayments or collateral, so her waiver might not hold, and she could enforce the full terms. Here's why equity shine with promissory estoppel protecting Justin. Look at Central London Property Trust versus High Tree Houses. During World War II, the landlord half rent because bombing anti-but. Post-war, they tried coming through bad payment. The court say no to the areas. The promise was made knowing tenants will rely on it, so estoppel stopped them from lacking. It wasn't permanent, though through rents resumed once conditional normalized. It's the same for Justin. Allison clearly promised to waive interest until he finds a new job, and he relied on it by sticking to principal payments without rushing into other loans or disparate job hunt. Going back now, while he is unemployed, feels unfair given his trust and tough situation. Promissory estoppel should block her from chasing interest during this time, but she didn't waive the principal, so Justin must pay all outstanding installments. And if he lands work before finishing the 20, the waiver ends. The original setup returns with principal plus interest from then on. No bad charges. My advice to Justin: keep chipping away at the principal and resist the interest with estoppel, using proof like payment stub or job apps to show reliance. Talk it out or mediate first. If she should, it's a solid defense.
To conclude, we discussed the three contractual disputes between Justin and Tommy, as well as between Justin and other parties such as Allison's and Alan to demonstrate essential concepts of contract law, and we provide advice to Justin and Tommy based on the doctrine of stare decisis. The research examined three contractual disputes between Justin and different parties to demonstrate essential concepts of contract law. The discussions about Justin and Tommy focus on determining if Tommy should receive an extra Hong Kong dollars 40,000 because he finished the pool work on time. The principle from Steele versus Miss Rick and William versus Rolfie Bros demonstrate how practical advantage can validate additional compensations agreement even when parties already have binding commitments. The second case between Justin and Alan demonstrate how contracts and precise language to succeed because Alan's advertisement functions as an invitation to treat instead of an offer. The first situations involve Justin alone with Allison demonstrate how promissory estoppel works while showing the need to document all agreements and modify contractual terms. The recommendations thought that contracts should include specific payment terms and parties must use established method to confirm acceptance and maintain complete loan documentations and discuss all changes through formal documentations to prevent future legal conflict. Thank you.